Well, greetings to those watching later online. Welcome to Unity of Tempe. And today's title for the message is Staying Open When Life Shifts. So this past week, the earth has been shifting. Earthquakes in Venezuela, Japan, and California. Heat waves across Europe that take lives in a single afternoon. And political systems straining, climate patterns changing, personal shifts in our own lives, reminding us how precious life is. Now, when the world feels unsteady, our souls long for stability. And unity has never taught that we control the universe. Does anyone think that they control the universe here? No, it teaches that we are expressions of the divine in a world that is also expressing the divine, and that the way we show up matters. Our consciousness matters. Our choices matter. The presence that we bring into the world matters. Not because we can stop tectonic plates from moving or cool a continent with our thoughts. I don't think any of us have mastered that power yet. But because the way we meet life, the way we respond, the way we stand in our humanity, the way we love shapes our lives and ultimately contributes to the world. So this morning, we are going to explore staying open-hearted amid shifts that can shake us, stretch us, and ask more of us than we feel we have. Now, there's a story that I read and filed away years ago. Any of you ever do that? You take a story and you file it on your computer, me on my computer these days, because I got enough bits of paper, but you file a story away and you think I can use that later at some time. I know Gail does. She shares a lot of them with me, but I knew that one day I would be guided to share it. Now, on Thursday, out of nowhere, I felt Spirit nudging me to share it. And so today it becomes the backdrop of our spiritual deepening. Now, this true story is from Dan Fogelman. Anyone know who he is? Yes. Who is he? He's actually the creator of This Is Us television show. And in 2018, he also released his second feature film. It was called Life Itself. And at that time, he wrote about a time when everything in his life felt shaken open. And he wrote, "It is 2008. I am 31 years old and sitting in a doctor's exam room with my 60-year-old mother. She has a grapefruit-sized tumor in her abdomen that we've been told will begin growing into her other organs. It will kill her. We sit awaiting a determination from one of the top surgeons in the country. Will he be able to operate? Will he be able to save her? My mother has her book club book in her lap. She is always reading, usually sprawling family sagas. And as she reads, she usually munches on some delicious chocolate. The doctor enters. He is charming and makes Mom feel special. He asks her what she's reading. She tells him and he smiles. He offers that perhaps it's time she start reading a favorite book of his, the Bible. The tumor is inoperable, he says with a false, sad smile. The floor falls out of the room. It takes everything in me not to knock the smug prick out. It's going to be fine, I assure my mother in the car. She is crying softly. There is another fancy doctor, and I've used my very fancy connections to get in contact with him. I'm going to overnight him Mum's files for the weekend, and we'll get good news by Monday. I know it. There's a FedEx store near her place. I can overnight her paperwork from there. The store closes at 5. I race into the parking lot at 4:58, double park, grab her files and x-rays and rush in. I'm trying to put her papers in order as I enter. "We are closed," shouts an Indian man with a thick accent. "Just give me 1 second. I have an overnight package to San Francisco." The last pickup already went out. No, I just need 1 second. I'll have it ready in 1 second. Papers are falling on the floor. X-rays are slipping out. My hands are shaking for the first time since my mother has been diagnosed. For the first time since I was 15 years old, I am starting to cry. No, not just cry. In my adult life, this is as close as I've ever come to sobbing. Suddenly, there's a hand on my shoulder. It's the man with the accent. "I will call them back," he says. "Take your time. We will get the package out." It occurs to me, even as it is happening, that this would make a great scene in a movie. Eventually, I find my mother a different top-notch surgeon. He has a great bedside manner. He feels confident. He will fix her. My mom dies in surgery. I spend the next year wallowing in whiskey-sopped misery. I work but rarely leave the house. I wonder if I'll ever come back from this. About a year from the day she dies, I meet a young woman. She is rarely without a sprawling family novel in her lap. She is constantly eating delicious chocolate. A year after my mother dies, I meet my wife. It is not easy these days to choose to see the beauty in the human experience. Ugliness envelops us right now. It's a scary choice to make anything that leads with heart. Leading with heart exposes your most crucial organ to trolls and skeptics and sometimes the most cynical of film critics. But I choose to see connections in our existences. I choose to see the romance and the beauty that is often born from tragedy. I choose to see love. I made life itself for the two women in my story. And for the man at that FedEx store, and for everyone who has ever experienced love and loss and kindness. I made it not just for my mother and father, but for your mother and father and theirs. I made it so people could walk out of a movie theater feeling better than they did when they walked in. And if that's sentimental, so be it. I just told you about the time I sobbed in a FedEx store and how I married a woman who reminded me of my mother. Sentimental is the least of my problems. That's it. Isn't that beautiful? I just love that. So hearing Dan's story may have brought to mind moments in your life where you did everything you could and you still felt the ground shifting beneath you. And you may even be in such a season of life at this very moment. Now, through a unity lens, Dan's story reveals the deeper currents that move beneath our hardest experiences. The way the human spirit keeps reaching for meaning, for connection, for love, even when the moment feels impossible. It reminds us how the divine life moving through us often becomes most visible when our usual sense of control falls away. Anyone? The divine seems most precious and most real to us at those times often. His journey points toward pathways that help us navigate an uncertain world in motion. Pathways that invite us to meet our own unfolding with openness. And so today we're going to look at 3 of those pathways. And the first one is humility in the flow of life. Now, humility in unity terms is the awareness that God is both the microcosm within us and the macrocosm everywhere. Think of it this way: the whole ocean is in a wave, but a wave is not the whole ocean. God is fully present in you, nothing missing, nothing withheld, but you are not the totality of God. You are an expression of the infinite, not the infinite itself. God is fully present in you, yet you live in a presence larger than anything you can contain. You are an expression of the divine life moving inside a universe that is also expressing divine life. Humility acknowledges you are in the wave, of the wave and carried by the wave. Now, in Dan's story, humility guides him to realize that love, not control, is his true power. He can't script outcomes or make life bend to his will, but he can love his mother with his whole heart. And he can walk beside her. And that's humility in the flow of life, showing up fully without demanding that life match our expectations. And from a metaphysical perspective, humility is the awareness that we participate in an intelligent universe far beyond anything we can fully comprehend, larger than our individual efforts, yet intimately connected to our consciousness. It's the purity of spirit moving through us, unobstructed by anything that sets us apart as being better than other people. Let me read that again. Humility is the purity of spirit moving through us, unobstructed by anything that sets us apart as being better than other people. Humility in the flow of life supports our journey through an unpredictable world and impacts how we meet one another in our shared humanity. And that brings me to the second point. This is the second path: shared humanity as holy ground. The moment in the FedEx store with the man putting his hand on Dan's shoulder is the heart of the story. A stranger sees another person in pain, and what does he do? He provides compassion. And that single gesture becomes a lifeline for Dan. Shared humanity is a spiritual force reminding us that we belong to one another, that our lives are woven together, and that the divine expresses through every face we meet. Unity teaches that there is one presence and one power moving through all of creation. And when we extend compassion, which I see you guys do so much, when we do that, we become a living expression of that presence. When we receive compassion, we experience the divine through another human being. Shared humanity is one of the primary ways spirit moves through the world. And in this time of climate upheaval, natural disasters, and collective uncertainty, shared humanity becomes essential to our very being. It is how we support each other through the shaking, how we remember that we are not alone, how we create pockets of safety and warmth and connection in a world that often feels unsteady. This shared humanity, it's a sacred act. It is a spiritual practice. It's a form of love that asks nothing more than presence, compassion, and willingness. That FedEx guy didn't ask anything of Dan. He just was there showing up in shared humanity. When we witness shared humanity in a stranger's kindness or in communities, pulling one another out from the rubble, we are reminded that compassion is the doorway through which love keeps entering the world. And that brings me to the third path: love's renewing rhythm. After his mother's death, Dan entered a very long season of grief, and he was unsure if he would ever feel whole again. And then life placed a woman in his path whose presence carried warmth and sweetness and a familiar echo of his mother's spirit. And love returned, not as a replacement, but as a continuation. And Unity teaches that divine love is the essence of life itself. Love is steady. It is creative and endlessly renewing. And it rises in us and moves towards us, even when our hearts feel very exhausted. It finds ways to reach us through people and reminds us we're still connected to something larger than our pain. Who's ever had love reach out to you and extend to you, even in the midst of times where you're going through pain? Only three people, a few people. You've felt that. The rhythm of love's return is the rhythm of life healing itself. It's the universe expressing wholeness. It is the ever-present truth that love is never absent, only waiting for the smallest opening. And that smallest opening may be you. It may be you extending that love. Dan Fogelman says it's a scary choice these days to make anything that leads with heart. And yes, indeed. But choosing love is not about fixing the world. It's about refusing to abandon it. I think that is really key for us right now. Choosing love is deciding I'm not going to abandon the world, even right now. When we remain open to love, even in small ways, we become part of the renewing rhythm that keeps drawing us back to connection, which, Sandra, you read our daily word so beautifully, connection, and back to life. So let us pray now. Spirit of life, we turn inward and remember that even in a world full of change, there is a deeper wisdom moving through us, and God is affirming that right now for us. We open to that wisdom now. We affirm humility in the flow of life, the humility that helps us meet what comes without pretending we are in control and without losing our center. We allow life to move and we choose to move with it. We affirm shared humanity as holy ground. The awareness that every person we encounter is part of the same great family. In this awareness, connection becomes a spiritual practice, and every interaction becomes an opportunity to honor the sacred in one another. And we affirm love's renewing rhythm, the way love keeps showing up in us, through us and around us. Love that clears a path forward. Love that reminds us what matters. Love that keeps opening doors we didn't know were there. Divine Spirit, guide us as we walk these paths. May we live with humility, meet one another with reverence, and allow love to shape the way we move through this changing world. And so it is.
Healing in this moment, I open my heart to love. I open my heart to healing in this moment. When I open my heart, I am healed. I open my heart to healing in this moment. I open my heart to love. I open my heart to healing in this moment. When I open my heart, I am healed. open my heart to healing in this moment. I open my heart to love. I open my heart to healing in this moment. When I open my heart, I am healed. I open my heart to all the possibilities. I open my heart, and I know when I surrender and trust and breathe in gratitude, I am healed. I open my heart to healing in this moment. I open my heart to love. I open my heart to healing in this moment. When I open my heart, I am healed. I open my heart healing in this moment. I open my heart to love. I open my heart to healing in this moment. When I open my heart, I am healed. When I open my heart, I am healed. When I open my heart, I am healed. 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 I am healed.
Let us say together, I am a beloved child of God, here to be an ambassador of good. And now I want you to say it again and really think about, what does that mean in this week for you? Okay. Got something? All right, let's say it again. I am a beloved child of God, here to be an ambassador of good. Yes. And now it is time for our gifts and offerings. So I invite you to take that to your heart if you've got a phone. And we are so grateful. This is what allows us to be here, even during summer when a lot of us are traveling and away. We're still here each Sunday, really inspiring one another. Not just me here, but all of us inspiring and being together as our sacred couple. So let us say together, I am a joyful sharer of my good. I remember that as I give, I receive, and that God is my source. Yes, indeed. Thank you. And we're so grateful for those of you giving online also. And if you're traveling and you're like, I don't know how I'm going to give my gifts when I'm traveling, know that you can do it electronically even when you're gone. We really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Divine Spirit, we're so grateful for these gifts to offer. And we are richly blessed in every single way, and that each person here is abundantly blessed. Thank you. I want to remind you of our person. We've got some new people on our person. We're loving it, and we're not going to share who those people are because everything on our prayer Zoom is confidential. I did have someone say to me that they're going on a trip and they're thinking, I don't want to miss the call. So that is how important this becomes to people. And it is just a really sacred time. We really get to know one another on that call. So I invite you to join us if you're able. Let us say together, the light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is. It is well with my soul, and I am grateful. Yes, indeed. Beloveds online, may your week be peaceful. And if you are not looking forward to the big celebration that is happening on Saturday, know that you are not alone. And so I affirm just peace and divine guidance for you for this week and those three paths: blessings and peace and love to you.